Hey, so there's something I just wanted to come and just speak my heart about. A few days ago, I saw something that was going around on social media. I think it started off on Twitter. I don't know how long ago it had been posted. It just happened to come to one of my socials a few days ago, and it said the phrase "look at your age mate" is the one phrase that has led so many people to bad marriages. It has led so many people to prison. It has led so many people to, different situations in hospitals. And it ended up by saying, be careful. And it got me thinking about some of the pressures that we give ourselves simply because you are trying to compare yourselves to what your age mates or your classmates have achieved. And it is so unfortunate that it has become such a huge issue that really bothers us. I, for one, know have definitely gone through that pressure. um well, I have, and it took a lot of time, and it's also a continuing journey. I'm not saying that I'm fully there, I'm 100% there. It's also a journey that I have been walking through, such that when I see something or I hear something and I'm like, hey, yeah, hey, that person, man, they're doing well, And for a moment, I have to catch myself and be like, hey, you're walking your own journey, you're walking in your own lane, and it's not going to be easy. You just need to push it and, just stay on your lane, and eventually things will, work out for you. Like, I can give you just an example. So, something I really thought about. So, when I graduated from campus, I could not get a job. Like, I literally could not get a job. And I remember I got my first permanent job where I was paying taxes like 5 years after I graduated from campus. Now, my days, guys used to graduate campus at around 23 thereabout, because guys used to go to campus at 20, so between 23 24. So even I graduated campus, I think I was 23, because I had gone to campus, I think, a year earlier. Yeah, and I went through summer classes, so I did my classes in 3 years, instead my course in 3 years instead of the four. So of course I graduated at around 24, 20, 23, 24 thereabout. And so I couldn't get a job. I tried. I used to go, I'd do interviews, I'd do anything, but I just couldn't get a job. And the jobs that I used to get were very, very funny, shady jobs. And the one job that I honestly, to date, I honestly cannot believe it. So I got a job as a teacher, an untrained high school teacher, because I've not trained in teaching, an untrained high school teacher. And I was teaching in a high school in Ngara, somewhere, Muranga Road, actually, not this Ngara ya Upper Mbele, Ngara ya Muranga Road. I was being paid 4K, 4,000 shillings a month. Honestly, with 4K, what do you do with 4K? Even in those days, 4K was kidogo. But I was living with my folks at that time, so I didn't have to worry about rent. But of course, even when you're living with your folks, you kind of contribute something. So I remember even my mom telling me, akishwali, hii pesa ni kidogo, you just keep it, use it for your fare. And then if there's anything, stuff like, as a lady, like maybe you need to do your hair. So even those days, things like doing nails were not even an issue. I was being paid 4,000. And when I went to, this school was owned by an Indian lady, and then it's those schools that zinakwanga ni kazi ziko juu ya shop, the ones that are on top of a supermarket. So this particular one was on top of shop that used to sell motor vehicle spare parts, and it also used to operate as a garage. Yani, I just remember it and I laugh, but it was a very interesting opportunity. So anyway, I used to teach English, grammar and literature, and I also used to teach CRE. And I remember I did a little bit of, I was also a substitute teacher for history and biology. Anyway, I was teaching high school from Form 1 to Form 4. And that was it. But other than that, I remember during that time, I was like, it was one of the lowest moments in my life, because I used to think, oh my God, I'm a graduate. I went to school. I have studied. I have done so much. And whenever I was in town and I saw one of my classmates, people either you graduated with in campus or in high school, I'd literally duck, because I don't want anybody to ask me, hey, so how is work? Where are you based nowadays? Because you're like, oh my goodness, what am I going to say? I'm so embarrassed about what I do, because it's not where I thought I would be at in life. Meanwhile, some of the people who are within campus have got jobs at maybe NGOs. Some of them are in corporate. They are doing very well. People are getting married, as in like they are buying cars. Me, Yamuku, earning my 4K. Mpaka, I knew there's... I used to walk from town to Ngara. So there's this Kabarabara. Me, I don't even know the name of that road. I was told by one of my colleagues who also used to be a teacher in that school, there's a Kabarabara that cuts through from town all the way to Moranga Road. It is through a particular market. I don't even remember the name of that market. But I used to walk over there and I'm telling myself, Aki God, surely, this is me. Ati mimi, I am crisscrossing this city, trying to get to work to earn 4,000 shillings a month, dealing with high school students. Anyway, and I started thinking, if somebody at that time in my life came and told me, hey Muthoni, look at your age mates, look at where people are, people have big jobs, you're here, that would have broken me. And in all honesty, if I didn't know better, I would maybe have done something crazy, or maybe I would have, got myself into other situations that would not have been the best, so that I try and match up to what my classmates or to what my age mates have. So it's been a journey, but one of the things I really learned is that nobody has the right to come and tell you that you're doing badly. I mean, come on. Nobody has that right over you, whether it's your parents, whether it's your relatives, whether it's your friends, or people that you interact with closely. Nobody has the right to come and tell you that you're not doing well. Nobody has the right to come and compare your life to the life of another person. People have different lanes, people have different journeys, and people have different struggles. So maybe at that time, my issue was a struggle, but perhaps I was prospering in another area. For somebody else, maybe at that time, they had a job, they had a car, they had everything, but probably they were struggling in another area. So nobody's life is always 100%. We all have our own issues, we all have our own struggles, and nobody has the right to come and tell you that, by the way, you're doing badly in comparison to so and so. It is said that comparison is a thief of joy. So for me, all I can say for today is be content in who you are, be content in where God has placed you, recognize the times that you are operating in, take full advantage and do your best, and let God continue opening doors for you. At the end of the day, when you look back, they say hindsight is 2020. When you look back, you will be able to see, hey, by the way, there's a reason as to why I had to go through this thing at this season, because it eventually will all tie up. So that is my encouragement to you today. It was just a thought that I had, and I was like, oh my goodness, nobody has the right to come and tell me that I'm doing badly, and even I do not have the right to condemn myself and say, hey, by the way, you're not doing well. In comparison to who said that you should be, working by age 30? Who said? All these things are societal rules, things that we have put in place for ourselves. So if it gets to that point in your life and you have not achieved that particular thing, then continue working at it. Eventually it will come, and then it will come. We will celebrate it, and it will still be as good as if it had come a few years ago. So, I mean, don't give yourself stress. Live your life, enjoy it, stay in your lane, enjoy the process, enjoy your process. Destiny is a journey. It is not, it's a journey. It's not just a destination, it's a journey. So enjoy walking the journey to where it is that you want to be. So that's all I think I just wanted to share, because that thing, it touched me in a specific way. But I hope you get something from it, and I hope we can continue sharing